Oh, I haven't even read it yet, and this one already is rough. All right, let's go. I'm 21 and have $30,000 in debt. Help. I'm 21 years old and have $30,000 in credit card debt, and I make roughly $1,500 to $2,000 a month. My monthly expenses are roughly $1,700 a month, not including the debt or interest. It's incredibly difficult to get myself out of this hole I put myself in, but I was reaching out for some guidance. I've learned a lot since I've accumulated this debt. I was originally putting everything on credit cards just to survive and pay rent. I read something somewhere that said, if you're in debt, stop digging. I listened to that advice wholeheartedly, and I haven't added anything onto my credit cards since. The problem is I'm not making enough to support my bills and pay off the debt. I DoorDash for my income, but also I'm trying to start my own business as a video production company. I'm not sure what the best approach to this is, as I can barely scrape by as is with all my bills, all of which are essential as I've already cut as much spending as I can. Plus, the high APR interest on the cards I'm paying every month is absolutely killing me. I'm ready to truly get this paid down because I'm so tired of being stuck in slave mode with the banks. It's gotten so bad that they're calling me every day to pay them, also threatening to close my cards if I don't. Who cares if they close your cards? That's fine. I want to pay them. I just literally have $0. I've also looked into credit card consolidation, but since my credit score is currently in the garbage, I haven't discovered any offers that would benefit. Any advice would truly be appreciated. Thank you so much for reading and have a good day. Oh, it just makes me crazy that they don't teach personal finance in school. You can go learn how to do freaking arts and crafts, but they don't teach you anything about money. Now, art class is cool. They should just do both. No hate. I'm just confused what you even spend the money on because it sounds like your expenses are still less or pretty close to what your income is. So it's not like you needed the money to survive. So I'm assuming there were some bad purchases in there. It seems like you've learned from this, but you haven't learned the true lesson yet. You'll learn it once you pay this off. So this is actually going to be really good for you. And the good news is you're young. So let's dive into it. Right off the bat, you don't make enough money. You barely make enough to survive a very bare bones lifestyle, and you definitely don't make enough to get out of this debt. Based on your working situation right now, you can't get out of it. I love that you have an entrepreneurial spirit and that you're trying to start your own company, but the best thing you can do for your business right now is to get out of debt. It's going to be super hard to find success in your own business if you have a bunch of credit card debt you're worrying about on top of it. So I know this is hard, but you need to put the business on hold right now and go get another job so that you can start making more money. And I want you working as hard as you can to get this paid off as quick as possible. If you're working 60 plus hours a week, there's no reason why you can't be out of this debt in less than a year. And it's going to suck. I know that's a lot of work. It's hard work, but starting your own business is hard too. You're not afraid of hard work. Buckle down. You're young. You can do it. And then once you're out of this hole, you can start working on your own business. And I think you're going to find that you have an easier time finding success when you don't have this hanging over your head. And like I said, you can be done with this quick. I'm not asking you to put this on hold for a decade. I'm asking you to put this on hold for 6 to 8 months while you work as hard as you can to pay this debt off. So this is just a short-term plan of grinding, getting out of it, and then get back to chasing your dreams. I'm all for it. Okay, other than working hard just to pay it all off in full, if the credit card companies are calling you, you can always try to negotiate with them, and you can see if they'll settle for a lesser amount. So for example, let's say you owe credit card company A $15,000, but you only have $10,000 saved up. You can tell them, hey, I don't have $15,000, but I have $10,000 I can pay you right now if you'll write off the whole amount that I owe you. And they may not agree to this. A lot of times they'll sell us to a collection agency, and those are usually a little easier to negotiate with, but it definitely doesn't hurt to try. And sometimes it might take asking them a few times over a period of months for it actually to work. So if they keep calling you, you might as well ask. But just remember, if you do agree to settle for a lesser amount, always get that in writing so that they can't come back later and try to change the agreement on you. And lastly, once you get this done and you get all this paid off, you shouldn't have credit cards. Cut them up, close your accounts. You mentioned the banks are trying to close your accounts. That's great. I don't care if they close your accounts. You shouldn't have credit cards. Don't get back in a hole. These are detrimental to your life. And that's okay. Most people can't handle credit cards, but just avoid them. Don't get back in this hole. But you're young. You have a good, hardworking spirit. Just channel that right now into paying off this debt. Focus on your business later. You can be all done with this by the time you're 22 or 23. Again, this is not super long term. So just work your butt off. This situation is better than you think. And at the end of this, you're going to come out having learned a great lesson, and you're probably going to be better for it. So I don't want to make light of it. This is a good chunk of debt. You've got yourself in a pretty big mess, but it's not the worst I've seen. It's very doable to get out of this relatively quickly. So good luck. Keep working hard. You got this.